When Vic Sage, a television investigative journalist, encountered stories he couldn't investigate by normal, legal means, he donned a special mask that made it appear that he had no face. As the Question, Sage investigated corruption in the face of all danger, leaving a blank calling card, which, when touched, emitted a smoky question mark. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the comic book origins of Vic Sage, aka The Question. The character's creation, Vic Sage, was created for Charlton Comics by Steve Ditko. He first appeared in the DC Universe in 1985, and the character was revamped for that universe by Dennis O'Neil and Dennis Cohen in 1987. The character was significantly rebooted by Sean Ryan and Jeremy Roberts. Through the character's evolution in the Charlton Comics, Sage was originally created as a minor Charlton Comics hero. He was heavily influenced by his creator's objectivist views, similar to Ditko's other creation, Mr. A, and espoused a firmly objective standard of ethics. In his first appearances, Sage had very little backstory and was often ruthless in his treatment of criminals. In the modern age, when a number of Charlton Comics' characters were purchased by DC, Sage migrated along with them. He made a few small appearances before 1987, at which point the character was given his own series. His backstory was heavily expanded upon. Vic Sage was born as Charles Victor Zaz, as orphan who was raised in a Hub City orphanage, where he gained a reputation as a troublemaker. Because of his behavior and defiant nature, he was frequently beaten by the nuns who ran the orphanage and often victimized by the other children. When he was old enough, he left the orphanage for college, where he studied journalism. He found work as a reporter, but was dissatisfied with his life and had trouble controlling his violent tendencies. Sometime later, he met Aristotle Rodar, who helped him channel his anger and aggression into a new heroic persona, The Question. The character maintained the philosophical bent that had characterized his early incarnations, but drifted away from objectivism towards a more Zen-based philosophy. This version of the character had no superhuman powers or abilities, but was very skilled in martial arts and detective work. He wore a mask that bonded to his skin using binary gases, which could also be used to change the color of his specially treated clothing and hair. Briefly during this period, he had a mystical ability to communicate with the planet and to generate illusions. In post-Flashpoint, the character was significantly rebooted for the New 52 universe, becoming an essentially in-name only version of Sage. This iteration of the character introduced his current origin and personality. This version of the character is not and has never been the Question. Instead of being a journalist, he is a government functionary. In major story arcs, The Question is born. Vic Sage is an investigative reporter working for the Worldwide Broadcasting Company in Hub City. He is approached by an old friend and an ex-professor, Aristotle Rodar, who tells Sage that Rodar's old partner, Dr. R.B. Twain, is attempting to sell pseudoderm, which had been tested and found to be dangerous when applied to open wounds, to third world countries as a form of bandage. Sage wants to expose the scheme, however, he can't investigate without revealing his identity. With the help of Rodar, he creates the identity of the Question wearing his featureless mask made of pseudoderm. He gathers the information needed and uses his position at WWB to broadcast the truth about pseudoderm. After Twain is defeated, Sage decides to use the Question identity in future investigations and protect his city. So are you a fan of Vic Sage, aka The Question? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. And of course, as always, I would love to see you all next time.